Welcome dear students to lecture 2 of module 3 time response of feedback control system. In today's lecture, we will learn about the time response specifications of the second order system. In this figure, you can see the time response specification of the second order system. See here, this is how initially it will respond to peak over here, then it will come down again. This is the second peak. Then so finally these oscillations will die down and it will settle down at the required output. So now here, see over here, this is the TD, this is the delay time, TR, this is the rise time, TP, this is the peak time. And here you can observe, see, this is the output what we give, that is the step input, unit step input. So this is the peak overshoot, and here allowable tolerance, that is around 2% to 5% it is. ESS is the steady state error, and this TS is the settling time. So next what we will do is, first we will see the definitions for all of these terms whatever I have told you now, and later on we'll derive the expressions for all of these time response specifications. So the first is the delay time. The delay time is the time required for the response to reach 50% of the final value for the very first time, because it is oscillation, no? So again it will come down and up, so oscillations will be there. So this is the first instant where it reaches the 50%. Next is the rise time. The rise time is the time required for the response to rise from 0 to 100% of the final value for an underdamped system. Underdamped means your zeta is between 0 and 1, and from 10% to 90% of the value for overdamped system. Overdamped system means the damping factor zeta is greater than 1. Next is the peak time. The peak time is the time required for the response to reach the first peak of the overshoot. Okay, this you should remember, it is the first peak of the overshoot. Next, peak overshoot MP. The peak or maximum overshoot is the maximum peak values of the response curve measured from unity. If the final steady state value of the response differs from unity, then it is common to use the maximum percent overshoot. It is defined as C of TP. This is the value here, okay, TP at the peak time, and this is the final value C at infinity divided the C at infinity, that is a steady state value, C at infinity means, into 100. Then settling time. The settling time is the time required for the response curve to reach and stay within a particular tolerance band. Usually it is 2% or 5% of its final value. Next is the steady state error, ESS. It indicates the error between the actual output and the desired output as t tends to infinity or at the steady state. So ESS is equal to limit as t tends to infinity R of t minus C of t. Now let us start with the derivation of all the time response specifications. So first we'll start with the rise time. As per definition, we know that for the underdamped system, rise time is the time taken by the response to rise from 0 to 100% of its final value. So, at t is equal to tr, C of t will be equal to 1. So, what is C of t? C of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta, which is equal to 1. So here we get this as minus e power minus zeta omega nt by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta is equal to 0. We know that e power minus zeta omega nt whole divided by root of 1 minus zeta square cannot be equal to 0. Hence, sine omega dt plus theta should be equal to 0. This is possible only when omega dt plus theta is equal to n pi, where n is equal to 1, 2, so on. So, at the first instant, I can take it as omega dt plus theta is equal to pi. Therefore, this, it is rise time, so I'll write it as Tr. Omega d Tr is equal to pi minus theta, and Tr is equal to pi minus theta by omega d. So, this is the expression for the rise time, and we know that omega d is equal to omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. What is theta? Theta is equal to tan inverse of root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. This is the derivation for the rise time. So let us start deriving for the peak time. So transient response of a second order underdamped system is given by, we know that it is given by C of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta, where we know theta is equal to tan inverse root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta, as at t is equal to tp, this is peak time, C of t will be maximum, the derivative of that, dc of t by dt at t equal to tp will be equal to 0. So we have to differentiate C of t with the t. So let us differentiate that and write what we get. So dc of t by dt is equal to, you differentiate this, okay, so I'll write it here after differentiation, minus e power minus zeta omega nt minus zeta omega n into sine of omega dt plus theta whole divided by root of 1 minus zeta square plus e power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square. Differentiation of sine is cos omega dt plus theta, and omega dt is omega d, equal to 0. Differentiation of 1 is 0, so that will be 0 only. Okay, so this will equal to 0. Now let us take right here now. So what do we get over here? Now here we have zeta omega n, right? So zeta omega n e power minus zeta omega n t is by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta. I can take it this as minus e power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square cos omega dt plus theta into omega d equal to 0. So when we do this, what happens over here is, see, I can take it to the other side also here. So I can take this common terms out. So when I take the common terms out, I get zeta omega n sine omega dt plus theta is equal to, I can write it is equal to omega d cos omega dt plus theta. And we know omega d is equal to omega n root of 1 minus zeta square. Let us substitute that. So get this as zeta omega n sine omega dt plus theta is equal to omega n root of 1 minus zeta square cos omega dt plus theta. So here I can cancel out omega n, and I can write this as sine omega dt plus theta divided by cos omega dt plus theta is equal to root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So this sine by cos is what? Tan omega dt plus theta is equal to root of 1 minus 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Okay. We know that theta is equal to tan inverse of root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So if I take this, so what will be tan theta? Tan theta will be root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. So I can write this I can equate to the previous equation, and I can write tan omega dt plus theta is equal to tan theta. So trigonometrically this is possible only when omega dt is equal to n pi. Okay, so here omega dt equal to n pi, where n is equal to 1, 2, so on. So we know that it is the peak over time, that is the first overshoot, right? So n is equal to 1. Therefore omega d, now this is peak time, so I'll write it as p is equal to pi. Therefore I can write this as Tp is equal to pi by omega d. So this is the expression for the peak time. Now let us find the expression for the peak overshoot. You can observe here, see this is the steady state output 1, and the extra overshoot what we have from the peak, from this one, this is called the maximum or the peak overshoot. This is called MP. So let us calculate the find the expression. So here now I can write this as we see over here, I can write MP is equal to, that is the response C of t, minus 1 C of at Tp it is. Okay, at the peak time is, so MP is equal to, what is C of t? That is the output response or the transient response is 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n. It is at Tp, so I'll write omega instead of t, I'll write it as Tp divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt p plus theta minus 1. So this I get it as 1 and 1 cancels, I get it as minus e power minus zeta omega n Tp divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d Tp plus theta. But we know what is Tp. Tp is equal to pi by omega d. We have already derived this. So let us substitute. Is equal to, so Mp is equal to minus e power minus zeta omega n pi by omega d divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d into pi by omega d plus theta. So further, if I go over here, we get this as minus e power minus zeta omega n pi by, we know omega d is omega n root of 1 minus zeta square divided by root of 1 minus zeta square. Here omega d cancels, so we get this as sine pi plus theta. And here also I can cancel omega n and omega n. So we got sine pi plus theta there. But what is sine pi plus theta? Sine pi plus theta is minus sine theta. So MP we get it as e power minus, we have pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square whole divided by root of 1 minus zeta square into this, we have a minus sign there, minus sine theta. Okay. So here negative negative will become positive. But now what is sine theta? Now let us take the triangle what we have. Okay, this is the triangle what we have here, right? This is theta. This is root of 1 minus zeta square. This is 1 and this is zeta. So what is sine theta? Sine theta will be uh, opposite by the hypotenuse. So it is 1 minus zeta square. So I can substitute over here. So this we get it as my e minus minus will become plus, minus pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square divided by root of 1 minus zeta square into, yeah, sine theta is root of 1 minus zeta square. 1 minus zeta square, 1 minus zeta square gets cancelled. So I get this as MP as is equal to e power minus pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay. Now if we talk in terms of percentage, we normally talk in terms of percentage ocean. So percentage MP is equal to 100 into e power minus pi zeta by root of 1 minus zeta square. This is the expression for the maximum overshoot. Next is the settling time Ts. So settling time Ts, we know as per definition, it is the time required by the output to settle down within plus or minus 2% of the tolerance band. So now if I consider, say, C of t is equal to 1 at t is equal to Ts, if I consider 2% tolerance band, then C at Ts will be 1 minus 0.02, right? So I get this as 0.98. So at t equal to Ts, that is at the settling time, the see what is C of t? C of t is equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt divided by root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta. But at the settling time, see, this is the oscillatory part, oscillatory response. At the settling time, this oscillatory response completely dies out. Therefore, at this, if I consider at Ts, we have only 1 minus e power minus zeta omega nt. I can take it as s divided by root of 1 minus zeta square. This oscillatory term will not be there. Now, since we have taken 0.02%, it is, so the output will be 0.98 equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n Ts divided by root of 1 minus zeta square. Now, for small value of zeta, this will further become very small. So, this will be 1. Whole of this will become equal to 1. So, I can write 0.98 equal to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t. Yes. So, this further, if I take this e power minus zeta omega n ts equal to 1 minus 0.98 will be equal to 0.02. So, Next, what you have to do, we have to take the natural log. So minus e power minus zeta omega n ts will become minus zeta omega n ts. So ln 0.02. So natural log if I take, we get minus zeta omega n ts equal to, this will be minus 3.91, to use a calculator and find it. So ts will be equal to 3.912 divided by zeta omega n, or this I can round it off, 3.92 I can round it off and take it as 4 by zeta omega n. This is for plus or minus 2% tolerance. If you have 5%, it will be slightly different. You can calculate this. Okay. So this is the expression for the settling time for 2% tolerance.